This presentation of Urbana High School basketball is made possible in part by First Federal Savings Bank of Champaign-Urbana. With locations in Urbana and Champaign, you can find out more information by visiting their website at 356bank.com or calling 217-356-2265. Thank you to First Federal Savings Bank of Champaign-Urbana. Good evening and welcome to Oscar Adams Gymnasium. Jason Liggett alongside Urbana High School seniors Brianna Jones and on camera Cleo McGee. We appreciate you tuning in. As you see now, this game starting with foul shots for Champaign Central, and that's Price Punke on there, their star senior guard, knocking down the first couple of shots. So we're going to start this game Central up 2-0 over the Urbana Tigers. Khalil Terry now with the ball, tosses it over to number 24 for the Champaign Central Maroons. That's Isaiah Roosevelt. Also starting for Coach Finke is Judd Wagner. Well, these crosstown rivalry games, always big no matter what the year, but certainly these past couple years have been very big between the Urbana Tigers and the Champaign Central Maroons. Both of these teams winning regional championships last year. Urbana getting a win in Harry Combs Gymnasium in Central's territory last year. That was a good game. And Central with a nice offensive rebound and putting that one back up for two is Isaiah Roosevelt. Well, Brianna Jones, what do you think as the Tigers have to do here tonight to come out with the W?
I think they just have to guard whoever just to get to the net and make the shot and win.
Well, there you go, and there's a shot thrown up right there by Chris Cross, no good. But Tatum chasing down the rebound for the Tigers back to Tatum now, and Tatum up top knocks down the three, and now the Tigers trail by just one. It's a 4-3 game in favor of Champaign Central early on. 6:54 remaining here in the first quarter. A jam-packed Oscar Adams Gymnasium indeed. Almost standing room only, it seems. Central at the top of the key. Roosevelt in the corner. Kicks it back out top to number 12, and taking a shot right there was Wagner. Here's Tatum now for the Tigers. Tatum pulls up, jumper, in and out. Well, and two really different paces here that we see, Brianna. Champaign Central is a little bit slower on the offensive end, really methodical in their style of play, whereas Urbana, you're going to see a lot more street ball, and a big block right there. Some good play from Jeremiah Hamilton, and he's been doing some of that all season long. But you're going to see Urbana really attack the hoop, take those outside quick shots, and I think Champaign Central is going to try to slow the game down, whereas the Urbana Tigers are going to try to speed the game up all night long, and whoever gets their way going to come out on top here at the end. Chris Cross at the line, knocks down the first of a pair of foul shots. Now, I mentioned that you were a senior, Brianna, but you have actually already graduated, correct?
Yep.
So you elected to graduate early?
Yes, that was a great decision to do because I was done with school. You
were done with school. So what are you doing now in this spring semester, as it were?
I plan on going to college next fall in Atlanta, Georgia, and pursuing my career there. Okay.
Do you have any idea what you'll be studying?
Probably my recording arts bachelor. I'm not sure yet.
Okay, very nice.
Yep.
Are you a musician?
Yeah, I'm very into that category.
Well, best of luck in Atlanta to you. And we'll be getting to know Brianna Jones and Cleo McGee throughout the evening here on the Tigers Media Network. Cross knocking one down right there. He's got 5 already on the night as the Tigers take an 8-7 lead. Here's Tatum driving to the hoop, not able to get it to go, and it's going to be Tiger basketball. Chris Cross inbounding this one for Coach Verdell Jones's Tiger team. And that one's going to go off of Mario Turner, so it's going to be Champaign Central Maroon basketball here. They get it inbounds to Nate Allen. They get the ball in Khalil Terry's hands. And Khalil Terry is a pretty big player here, especially when you think of a traditional high school point guard in this area. He's one of the biggest guys on the court tonight. Now, did you play any sports throughout your high school career, Brianna?
Yes, I was actually in cheer freshman year and sophomore year. Freshman year I was JV, sophomore I was varsity.
Very nice. Khalil Terry misses that one. It goes out of bounds off the Tigers. Will be Maroon basketball. Tigers lead by 1. It's 8-7, 4:38 remaining here in the first quarter at Oscar Adams Gymnasium, Judge Green Court. Corner 3 is good for the Maroons. That's Judd Wagner. So Wagner with his first points of the evening gets the Maroons a 2-point lead. And answering right back is Chris Cross. He's on point so far tonight. He's got 8 of the Tigers' 11 as they lead by 1, 11-10. And a travel call there on Wagner and the Maroons. Well, Cross has certainly shown up early here. We'll see if that trend continues. Outside shot from Tatum, and it goes. Tatum's got 6, a couple of 3-pointers. And a 2-pronged scoring attack so far for the Tigers. Jamel Young comes up with it. Back to Young for 3. Oh, just misses. And this Tiger fan base was ready to explode on that one. Young drives inside, throws it up. And 1. So he didn't get the 3-point shot, but he's going to go to the free throw line and get the 3-point play the old-fashioned way. Top of the key shot for the Maroons is good. They answer right back, trim the lead to 3, 16-13 game. Here comes Urbana. They don't waste any time getting any sort of offense set as Mario Turner knocks in the 10-footer for his first points of the ball game. It's an 18-13 Tiger advantage. Just a little bit lower. And headed to the foul line is Khalil Terry. And we've been seeing Terry all 4 years of his high school career. I think he was dunking as a freshman, if I remember right. He came in here and threw some down a few years back. He gets his first point of the ball game right there and misses the second one. Rebound goes to Jeremiah Hamilton and the Tigers. Tatum, corner 3, no good. Terry rips down the rebound for the Maroons. He's pushing the pace hard. Kicks it over to the corner, up top to Punke. Punke off the mark there. Cross over to Young. Young dribbles in. and foul on the floor there. So it's going to be Tiger basketball underneath their own hoop. Chris Cross set to inbound it for Coach Verdell Jones and the Urbana Tigers.
Are you talking on that?
2:22 left to play here in the first. Jamel Young kicks it over to Cross. Cross finds the man in the corner in Mario Turner. Turner's off the mark. And Champaign Central now on the offensive side of things. Another miss there for the Maroons, and out front is Young. Young able to ward off the defender and gets the layup. Terry looking to go one-on-one with Cross. Powering down, and then he dishes it off to number 23. That's Nate Allen laying it in for the Maroons. Tigers up 20-16. 1:31 remaining here in the first. Young kicks it over to Tatum. Tatum finds Cross in the corner. Back out to Tatum, and Young gonna set up their offense. Long three there from Tatum, and he misses. Cleo Terry off to the near side. Oh, and a big block there from Jeremiah Hamilton and the Urbana Tigers. He's got 2 blocks on the night, and I don't think he's done yet. Just the first quarter, 47 seconds remaining. Tigers up by 4, a 20-16 ball game. And what do you like so far from these Urbana Tigers, Brianna?
I feel like they have pretty good defense, and they're doing whatever they can to get to the ball and make the shot.
And that they are. We'll see if they can keep that up throughout the game. And diving for that one is Cross, not able to come up with it. Terry gets it. He tries to lay it in, gets his own rebound, gets another offensive rebound. He's going to dribble it out himself, reset the offense for the Champaign Central Maroons. A nice dish there inside, and they find Bryce Punke outside. And Punke gets his 5th point of the ball game, and the Maroons trail by just 1 now. Final 10 seconds here in the first quarter. It has been a fast-paced ball game so far. We'll see if that trend continues. Tigers have the last shot. Here's Young, a little bit off balance and just a little bit short there. So the Tigers in the first quarter on a miss from Jermel Young, but they came out firing. They're up 20-19 after 1. So a 1-point ball game, and we figured coming into this one it would be close throughout, and so far it's been that. The Tigers have led by as many as 5, but Central able to pull within 1 as we wrap up that first quarter. Now, Brianna, you mentioned that you were in cheer your freshman and sophomore years. Now, when you're in cheer as a freshman and sophomore, are you still on the varsity cheer squad to where you would be at these varsity games, or are you more at the JV games?
I was definitely more at the JV games than varsity, but I think I enjoyed the basketball season more because it's more entertaining, and I just like basketball in general.
As opposed to football?
Yeah.
And football's out in the cold sometimes. That's that's another thing that can't be too much fun either for a cheerleader. And perhaps maybe for some of our audience isn't familiar with everything that the cheerleaders do, I think you guys do divide it up into seasons, right? You can be a cheerleader for the fall semester or fall sports, as it were, and not necessarily for the winter ones, right?
Yes.
And then do you guys have competitions regularly throughout the year?
Yeah, so they're separate teams for competition or JV or varsity.
Very good. Back to action here in the second quarter. And quick whistle there from the refs, and that one going against the Champaign Central Maroons. So Tigers going to get the ball underneath their own basket. Cross set to inbound it for Urbana. He gets it over to Jermail Young. Jermail Young finds Cross cutting across. And now it's back out to Young. Over to Tatum in the near corner now. And another whistle called. That one's going to go against Nate Allen. So that's 5 fouls now on the Maroons, 4 on the Tigers. Corner shot there from Cross. That is his shot, but it was contested and not able to rise above that defender enough to get the bucket. Isaiah Roosevelt up top for the Maroons. Crowd growing anxious here. They get it to Punke in the corner, and he fires it right back out to Wagner. Wagner now finds Roosevelt. Isaiah Roosevelt finds the freshman and Todd Marshall. Marshall dribbles inside, goes for the layup, and gets it. Banks that one in right in front of his own basket, and Central has the lead here in the second quarter, 21-20, 6:36 remaining in the first half. Jermail Young over to Cross. Cross now looks over to Turner. Tigers need to really start playing their brand of basketball. They started to slow it down a little, it seems, here in the second quarter, and I don't really know if that benefits Urbana. What do you think?
Hopefully they can kick the pace back up and in the third quarter.
Absolutely. And Coach V's always been good with halftime talks, as Tigers generally have a good third quarter. Tatum with a near save there. They almost had a backcourt violation. Corner three doesn't fall, but throwing that one back up is Cross. Jermail Young up top. Three is good. Young from downtown. He's got 7 on the night. Called for the carry there is Champaign Central. So turnover, and it will be Urbana ball again as they're up by 2, 23-21, 5:44 left in this first half. And as we came on the air tonight, Brianna, I said a jam-packed Oscar Adams Gymnasium, but as I look across, it seems like it's gotten even fuller somehow. So maybe it wasn't quite jam-packed before, but it is now.
It's very
Cross,
packed.
deep three. And that hits the support cable there. So whistle blown, and going to be Champaign Central ball here. Jug Wagner inbounding that one to Cleo Terry. And the senior point guard dribbling it up the court for Coach Finke's Maroon team. Punke thought about a three, but takes the extra pass. And battling for that rebound is Jermail Young. He gets it up quickly to Tatum. Tatum drives inside, kicks it back out to Young. Young for three. No good, tipped. Not back in though. Good tip there by Cross. Keeping it alive is Tatum. Tatum finds Young again. Young dribbling inside all the way through every defender. And then throwing that one back in for the rebound is number 21 for the Tigers, Michael Neal. Big rebound there from Neal, and he's got 2 on the night. Central answers right back. Knocking that one down is Isaiah Roosevelt. for the Maroons. Bryson Tatum, not quite enough on that one, but ripping down another rebound is Neo, dribbling inside. Oh my goodness, Jermail Young came to play tonight. He weaves in between the defenders, lays that one off the glass and in. It's an and one. He's headed to the foul line. 27-24 Urbana. And nice moves there from junior guard Jermail Young. Big rebound there from Deshaun Saunders. And jump ball called, and Coach Finke not happy with some of his players out there. I believe it is Champaign Central ball here, though. Outside shot there from Diego Sanchez of the Maroons, no good, and that pass got out a little bit ahead of Tatum and goes sailing out of bounds, so it will be Maroon basketball here. Now, Brianna, have you been attending Urbana schools your whole school career, or did you just come over in high school, or?
I've been at the Urbana Middle School since 7th, and then I've been at the high school through all 4 years.
Okay, so you kind of grew up with many of these players here
Yes.
on the Tiger team. You know, you look down the seniors, and you're going to see certainly Chris Cross and Bryson Tatum, as well as Deshaun Sanders. Or no, Sanders is just a junior, but Michael Neal is a senior. Maroons trying to get that inside, and it's knocked down a play by the Tigers. Here's Price Punke for Champaign Central. He dribbles around, hands it off to number 24 in a Roosevelt, and Isaiah Roosevelt now trying to create some room. Tiger fans getting restless, and a big dunk there from Khalil Terry. I mentioned earlier that he was dunking for a few years now, and we see it in action right here at Oscar Adams Gymnasium. Cross from downtown, Chris Cross answers right back with a three. He's in double digits. He leads all scorers with 11. The Tigers up by 4, 30-26, 2:32 remaining here in the first half. And everything we had hoped for in a crosstown rivalry has come true so far. Called for the travel there is the Maroons. It will be Tiger basketball. And taking that one out is senior Chris Cross. He tosses it in to Young, and Jermail Young dribbling up for the Tigers. He's calling for some help. Tosses it over to Sanders. Sanders for three, yes! Deshaun Sanders knocks one down from beyond the arc. Central with a nice feed there to Roosevelt. He turns around and knocks one down to make it a 5-point game. The Tigers not afraid to toss up these threes. They've been doing it all game. And Urbana trying to get something going there defensively, but the Maroons prevail. Here's Jermail Young. Young now tossing it across court to Sanders. Sanders up top to Tatum, and Tatum says, hold on a minute. He feeds it over to Cross. Back to Cross now with 1:23 remaining here in the first half. The Tigers up by 3. It's a 33-30 ball game here on the Tigers Media Network. Jason Liggett joined by Urbana High School seniors Brianna Jones and Cleo McGee on camera this first half. Tatum thought about it. He's dribbling in, trying to take it all the way. That one's rejected. He gets the rebound and then gives it up to Terry. Here comes Terry. Runaway freight train there. He draws the foul. And Michael Neal called for the foul there. Hamilton fighting for the rebound, but it is chased down by Reese Jacobson. And Terry with another dunk. He gives the Champaign Central student section something to cheer about. 1-point ball game. Jermail Young answering right back. 35-32 Tigers. Young's having himself a night so far. He's got 8. And every time that Khalil Terry does something big for Central, an Urbana player has answered right back in quick fashion. Punke for 3. He's off the mark. Jermail Young rips down the rebound. He's going to look for Cross. No, he's got to take it all the way. Rejected by Terry. Tatum gets it, and he sinks it. The Tigers have an answer for everything so far. That's at the buzzer. I don't know whether they counted that or not. I thought it was in time and it counted, but refs are talking there, and I don't think that they are counting that bucket. They still have 35-32 on the scoreboard here. But it didn't look like that backboard was lit up when he let go of that thing, and that would have been the signal. And Coach Verdell Jones down there talking to the officiating crew as they huddle. We'll see what they say here before we send it to our halftime break. As is right now, the Tigers up 35-32. And they are discussing whether or not they're going to count that last second shot from Tatum. And they do. And you see the fist pump there from Coach V. So the Tigers headed to the locker room, and I think it should be a 2-point shot, although they've credited them for 3 points right here, but I think it should be 37-32. Yes, that's what they're calling. So I think they're going to correct it. So the Tigers headed to the halftime after a little bit of debate there at the end. They've got a 5-point lead, 37-32. Brianna, what did you like out of that first half for the Tigers?
Definitely Jermail. He was on the roll. Like, he was making all the shots. He was going close. He was playing good defense. He was doing whatever he could to get the shot for Urbana.
Yeah, some very nice role play there from Jermail Young. He stepped up big tonight. Very good of you to point that out. Also, some good play early on from Chris Cross. He had 8 points before anyone else thought about their second point, it seemed like.
Yeah.
So we're going to take a break here, and we will come back with second half action at Oscar Adams Gymnasium. It's the Tigers up 37-32 over the Champaign Central Maroons. You're watching Urbana High School basketball on the Tigers Media Network. presentation of Urbana High School basketball is made possible in part by First Federal Savings Bank of Champaign-Urbana. With locations in Urbana and Champaign, you can find out more information by visiting their website at 356bank.com or calling 217-356-2265. Thank you to First Federal Savings Bank of Champaign-Urbana. Back at Oscar Adams Gymnasium, Judge Green Court, as we get set for the second half of action. Here it's the Urbana Tigers and crosstown rivals Champaign Central Maroons. The Tigers up 37-32 as we start this second half. And earlier in the ball game, we had Urbana High School senior Brianna Jones joining me on commentary. She has now moved to camera duty, and a double switch here as now Cleo McGee, who was running camera in the first half, now joining me on commentary. And Cleo, what did you think so far from the Urbana Tigers during the first half?
They did good. They were doing their stuff, you know. They doing what they came to do. They came to win.
There you go, and we'll see if they can finish that up here and get the W later tonight as this second half continues. And not too sure what the call was there, but a whistle goes against the Tigers, and it is going to be Champaign Central Maroon basketball. Price Punke now taking the ball down court for the Maroons. He quickly gives it over to Khalil Terry, and Terry gives it up to Roosevelt. Roosevelt drives in, and a foul is called. Now, Cleo, you have also graduated in December, right?
Yes.
Now, what are your plans going forward?
I'm going to go get my nursing degree at Parkland in the fall time.
All right. Well, that's good. A lot of career options for you there in nursing, as that continues to be a rising field with lots of opportunities. Did you play any sports during your time here at Urbana High School?
Nope.
That's all right. Do you have a funny story or something, or you're just not into sports?
I'm more of a, I don't want to hurt myself. I'm too clumsy.
Okay.
I'm too clumsy to play any sports.
Okay, gotcha. Well, we can still sit up here and talk about them. And this second half off to a little bit slower start than we saw all the first half action, as we've already had 4 fouls, 2 apiece on each team. And headed to the line now is Chris Cross. Cross is in double figures already with 11 points and in and out on that first free throw attempt. Tatum joins Jeremiah Hamilton in the backcourt as Cross sinks the second one. Roosevelt in the corner to Punke, and Price Punke gets the 3. He ties it up at 38 apiece. So 38 all here. And tossing that across court to Chris Cross. Cross looking for some help. He finds it in Hamilton, and Hamilton fouled there from Judd Wagner. Chris Cross inbound this one to Jermail Young, and Young tosses it over to Tatum. Tatum now back to Young. Young drives inside, dishes out to Cross. Cross got the open 3, not able to knock it down. Young gets the rebound. And how many times have we called that tonight? He is not the largest guy on the court by any means, but he is scrappy and able to get in there and pull down both some offensive and defensive rebounds so far here tonight. They get it into a wide open Tatum. Tatum misses the three. Battling underneath and coming up with it is Champaign Central. Here's Bryce Punke dribbling down, and he gets the ball knocked away from him. Gets it over to Khalil Terry. Terry now on the far side, and he's called for travel. So it will be Tiger basketball here. Turnover on Terry. Just under 6 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. We're knotted up at 38 apiece. It's the Urbana Tigers and the Champaign Central Maroons. Crosstown rivalry game here at Judge Green Court. Tatum drives inside, lays it off the glass and in. And looks like a couple of Central players are down after that play. And Coach Finke coming out. One of the players back up. That looked like it was Reese Jacobson, who's back up now. Pointed down towards his ankle and his shin, but he's up and being helped up right now is another Champaign Central player. That's number 23, Nate Allen. So both up on their feet and walking. That is good to see. Bryce Punke gonna inbound it for the Maroons. He gets it over to Roosevelt and now over to Khalil Terry. Tigers pressing here. See if that upsets the Maroon offense. Tigers up by 2. Punke feeds it inside. Nice turnaround there from Reese Jacobson. And it's a tie ball game once again. And Terry called for his second foul of the night. Going to be Tiger basketball underneath their own hoop, and set to inbound it is senior Chris Cross. Cross gets it out to Tatum. Tatum feeds it back to Cross. Almost lost that one, and he loses the ball. They look ahead to Roosevelt. Roosevelt quickly feeds it to Punke. He's off the mark, and Young comes away with the ball. Here's Jermel Young. Driving inside all the way to the hoop and not messing around is Jermel Young. He's in double digits. He's got 10 on the night. 4:46 left to play here in the third. The Tigers up by 2, 42-40. Terry inside, gets the bucket and the foul. He's headed to the line. 42 apiece here for the Tigers and the Maroons. Now, Cleo, have you been to these crosstown rivalry games before between Champaign Central and Urbana?
No, this would be my first, one for versus Central.
Okay.
Urbana. I've been to Centennial and Urbana.
Okay, here at Judge Green Court, or
yeah.
was it at Centennial? Okay, so you've been to.
It was at Centennial and one here.
Okay, gotcha. Well, the Tigers victorious over Centennial earlier this season. 66-60, I believe, was the final of that one just a couple weeks ago. And I know that Champaign Central hosted Centennial earlier this season. That game went into overtime. Champaign Central victorious in that overtime as well. And every season, Urbana has a rather interesting schedule outside of just the Big 12. Coach Verdell Jones does a good job of taking some travel days and taking some trips down to St. Louis, as well as they went up to Wisconsin, it seems, about a month ago or so. So they get a lot of experience and gets Urbana's name out, and a real good experience for these young athletes here from Urbana. Central up by 1 here. 4:19 left in the third, 43-42. Here's Tatum driving inside, throws it up, and draws the foul. So Bryson Tatum at the line here for Urbana. Tatum misses the first one. And he knocks down the second. Timeout called there as the teams are tied once again. So a lot of lead changes already in the second half, not even to mention the first half. And back and forth action here. And Cleo, as you look back on your career here at Urbana High School, what are you most fond of? What are the memories you'll have from your time here at UHS?
The teachers and like the experiences that I did. But like some of the teachers had a big impact on how I did my school career. Cause I started off with a rough patch, but some of them like got me back on the right track.
Very good. Any teachers you want to mention specifically, or just leave it in general?
Miss Stefano.
Okay, all right.
Miss Mong. That's pretty much it.
Okay, well.
Oh, and Mr. Morrow.
Okay, gotcha. Well, Mr. Morrow is here tonight, and of course, Miss Tufano, we've mentioned her name a number of times on the air, as she's the journalism advisor here at Urbana High School, amongst other things. Taking this one out for the Maroons is Todd Marshall. He inbounds it to Cleo Terry. Here comes Terry barreling in, out to Marshall. Marshall, outside shot, no good. Ripping down the rebound is Tatum for the Tigers. He gets it out to McGee. McGee not wasting any time, driving it inside, almost got the bucket, but he does draw the foul. And Jeremiah Hamilton was up there ready to throw that one down. Hamilton, the 6'7" junior forward for the Tigers. And Jamel Young gets that one to rattle in for his 11th point of the ball game. 3:51 left here in the third. Tigers up by 1. Misses the second, and Cleo Terry gets that rebound. Tigers pressing. Terry driving in, kicking it outside to number 25, Diego Sanchez. He got money from the outside. His first 3 of the game, and Central up by 2, 46-44. Jamel Young looks to answer right back. Trying to rip that rebound down was number 21, Michael Neal, and hits off the head of Deshaun Sanders. So Central with an opportunity here to make it a 2-possession game, which they haven't had that advantage in quite a while. From the outside, no good. Air ball into the hands of Michael Neal. Neal gives it up to Young. Young up top. He's going to keep firing. Misses that one, but ripping it right down, putting it right back up is Chris Cross. He's got 14. Tie ball game here at 46 apiece. And timeout called from Coach Jeff Finke and the Champaign Central Maroons. Well, and during this timeout, Cleo, what do you think that Coach Verdell Jones is telling his Tiger team?
To just keep doing what they're doing and try to. They slowed down a little bit, but they need to like speed it back up like they were.
Absolutely. When this game was moving at a pretty good clip, it was because the Tigers were forcing the game at that speed and pulling out ahead. So we'll see if they can get some magic going here late in the third quarter. It's 46 all right now, and it's been a back and forth battle, which we expected nothing less out of these two teams. And the Tigers have been in a lot of close games. It doesn't seem like they don't get blown out, and they don't blow too many people out. It's always coming down to the wire here, it seems. They've had some tough overtime losses this season, as well as a couple overtime wins, some last-second shots, or last-second plays anyway, on one side of the ball or another. Back in action here is Roosevelt. Roosevelt kicks it over to Bryce Punke, almost loses his footing, regains it, fires up a three, no good. And here comes Tatum. Tatum looks ahead. He drives it all the way in, misses, and tries to come away with that rebound, but ripping that out of his hands is number 14, Todd Marshall. He gets it over to Khalil Terry. Here's Terry, spin move, trying to throw it up. And a whistle is called, and foul called, and some of the Tiger faithful not too happy about that. They call that one on Cross. That's his third foul of the night, so perhaps something to watch there. And Khalil Terry misses the second foul shot. It's a rarity when he makes both of them. Not the strongest foul shooter in the world. One of his weaknesses perhaps in his game, but a very strong basketball game. That not debatable at all. There's Jermail driving inside, gets the bucket. And look at him go. He's got 13. Khalil Terry slowing things down here for the Maroons. And directing traffic, kicks it over to Roosevelt. Here's Isaiah Roosevelt, feeds it inside to Marshall, and slapping his hand around as he tried to go for the block there was number 2, Jermail Young for Urbana. That's his second foul of the night. Tigers have got 3 in double digits, and Jermail Young with 13, Chris Cross with 14, Bryson Tatum with 11. You look on the other side of the ball. Khalil Terry has 11. Bryce Punke has 11, and coming in at 10 is Isaiah Roosevelt. Central pulls ahead there by 1. It's 49-48, a minute 36 remaining here in the third. Jason Liggett, joined by Urbana High School seniors Khalil McGee and Brianna Jones, as Tatum takes it inside and gets the bucket and the foul. So Tigers call a timeout. Dollar Pizza announced here at the concession stand. I already paid $2, full price for mine earlier. It was Jets tonight. Seems like it's Jets a lot of nights, which I don't mind. So Tigers up by 2 here. It's a 51-49 ball game. It has been close throughout. And I think this is a pretty important minute 29 for both teams to stay in this ball game. The Tigers would love to increase their lead, to take that into the fourth quarter with a little cushion. Isaiah Roosevelt up top, feeds it inside to Diego. Diego Sanchez gets the bucket off the glass, ties it up at 51. Jamel Young now for the Tigers. Sets the offense in motion. Young almost loses the ball there, gains control and doesn't like what he sees. Gonna set a pick here. Some fancy ball handling, pulls up for a jumper, airballs that one. And a foul called there on Deshaun Sanders. And both teams over the limit here, so Sanders headed to the line. Roosevelt knocks down both of those, makes it a 2-point ball game. Chris Cross with the ball up top for the Tigers. He kicks it over to Jamel Young. Young finds Tatum in the corner, and they kick it back over to Cross. Cross looks to the corner to Deshaun Sanders, and around the top of the three-point line they go here. Tigers looking for something. And a foul called. So you see the frustration there from Khalil Terry. Young at the line for Urbana. 1-1. He sinks it. So a chance to tie things up here at 53 apiece. Just under 5 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. And he does just that. So knotted up at 53. One last play here for the Maroons. See if they can get it in. Taken by Tatum. Tatum to the hoop. Yes! Oh my goodness. A jump ball called, and the Tiger fans are not happy, and perhaps rightfully so. Tatum came in, took that ball, took it to the hoop, got the layup, and probably the foul too. But that one called a jump ball late, and these refs are hearing it. So it remains at 53 apiece, and it is Maroon basketball. And Coach V wants an explanation. He doesn't agree with that, and they're still going at it over there. So gonna see Champaign Central ball here, 3.3 seconds remaining. It's gonna be a inbound, and they look for Terry, and that's overthrown. So now it's gonna be Tiger basketball, and 0.4 of a second left. And referee's going to talk. Not too sure what they're talking about, but Coach V asked a question, and apparently they didn't have an answer for him. So not going to be much time for Urbana to do anything, and Tatum tosses it down. And the cheerleaders scatter off the mark there. So we're knotted up as we head to the fourth quarter. It's at 53 apiece. So it all comes down to this. And what do you think Coach Verdell Jones is talking to his Tiger team about over there, Cleo?
That whatever happens, I don't know.
Whatever happens, happens, right? They got to go out there and they've got to play strong.
They still got
here.
a whole 8 minutes left in the fourth. They've got a whole fourth quarter. They can get their score up from there.
There you go, and we're knotted up at 53 apiece, so you want to come out aggressively, and I think that's probably what he's telling them over there. They got to push the pace, play smart basketball, and watch those fouls. Both teams over the limit. This very well could come down to a game of who makes their foul shots in this fourth quarter. So it's Urbana basketball. Sanders looking to inbound this one and gives it up to Cross. Cross bringing the ball across the floor. He's driving inside. Cross all the way to the hoop. He's got it going. He's trying to get this crowd riled up. Cross has got 16. And Cross almost accidentally intercepts that one, but he gets the ball for the Tigers, gifts it up to Jermel Young. And Young now goes to work, drives inside, and draws the foul. For more information on Urbana High School athletics, you can visit their website, il.8to18.com/Urbana. There's player rosters and all the schedules for all of your favorite Urbana sports there. Once again, that's il.8to18.com/Urbana. Young at the line, Tigers up by 2. Off the front of the rim there. And in and out there. So not a good trip to the line there for the Tigers. They still lead by 2 here. 7 minutes left to play here in the fourth. Terry tosses it over to Roosevelt and back to Terry. Terry backing down the Tigers defense and then takes it back outside. Chris Cross guarding Khalil Terry tonight. They get the ball to Price Punkay. Punkay over in the corner to Marshall. Todd Marshall driving inside, nowhere to go with it now. He's looking for some help, and knocking that one out of play for the Tigers is Michael Neal. Some good defense there from Neal. Marshall wide open, 3, knocks it down for the Maroons. So someone might have missed their assignment there as Marshall was left wide open and knocked down that 3, no problem. Todd Marshall has got 7 on the night for Champaign Central. Here's Tatum now, making some room from the defense. Backs off Terry and can't get that one to go either. The Tigers have been close here, but haven't gotten a couple of buckets like that. Here comes Terry all the way to the hoop. And Central now leads 58-55. 6:09 left to play here in the ball game. Cross for 3, up top, off the mark. And the Champaign Central Maroon fans gonna let him hear that, but he's knocked down plenty already tonight. He's got 16. And a timeout called. So full timeout taken here from Coach V as the Urbana High School Tiger Band starts doing their thing here. Midway through the fourth quarter, 6:03 left to play. The Tigers trail by 3. Champaign Central with 10 team fouls. The Urbana Tigers with 8 team fouls. And for those of you watching live on Facebook, we appreciate you tuning in. This game will be uploaded to our YouTube channel tomorrow, Saturday, February 8th. That's youtube.com/UPTV6. You'll also be able to watch the game tomorrow night, Saturday, February 8th, on Urbana Public Television. Comcast Channel 6 and 1096, AT&T UVerse Channel 99, and i3 Broadband Channel 6 on our local cable providers here throughout Champaign-Urbana and some of the surrounding areas. Central ball here as they look to add to their lead. That one intercepted by Deshaun Sanders. Sanders driving inside, going all the way, and can't get the layup, but a foul called there on Marshall, so Sanders headed to the line for a couple of foul shots. And I mentioned before we went into this fourth quarter, Cleo, how important these foul shots are, so hopefully the Tigers can come up with a couple makes here. There you go. I just got to put the pressure on them like that. Then they make it. You want to try this time? Put the pressure on him. Say he has to make it.
Yep.
There you go. You got the magic touch too. So Sanders knocks down a couple there. He's got 5 points on the night. Tigers trail by just 1. It's a 58-57 ball game. 5:45 left. Tigers pressing, and it works. Cross intercepts it. Young to cross, back to Young. Young finds Tatum. Tatum for 3, and he misses that one. Just short. The Tigers continue to press, and he travels. Called for the travel there is Isaiah Roosevelt, and you can tell that he's frustrated. Champaign Central's frustrated. The coaching staff saying, calm down, calm down. But you can tell that the Tigers using that press is frustrating the Maroons. Now, Cleo, since you graduated in December, will you be going through the graduation ceremony at State Farm Center in the spring?
I still will be walking the stage.
Okay, you'll still do that in May. All right. Well, that's another event that we'll be carrying across the Tigers Media Network. We'll stream that live on Facebook.
The graduation?
The graduation, yes, yeah. Not that you won't be watching because you'll be in it, but you can watch it later if you want. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can follow Urbana High School Athletics on Twitter. It's @AthleticsUrbana. You can get game updates as well as a few schedule updates. Athletic Director Steve Waller running that account. Cross set to inbound it for the Tigers. He tosses it out to Sanders. Sanders, long 3, and he's on the money. That looks good from the moment he let it go. Sanders has got 8. The Tigers up by 2. 60-58 ball game. 5:20 left here to play at Judge Green Court. Jeremiah Hamilton up top. As he's not afraid to get out of his comfort zone. Cleo Terry tosses that one over and dribbling inside, and almost a travel there, but no whistle. And driving inside, nice long outstretched arm is Nate Allen as he gets the bucket and ties things up. That's Allen's 7th point of the evening here in Urbana. Jamel Young kicks it out to Tatum. Tatum thought about it. Feeds it up to Cross now. Cross inside, going all the way to the hoop, and not able to come up with anything. Off the mark on that, Cleo Terry comes away with the loose ball. And he finds a man inside. They kick it out to Roosevelt. Roosevelt dishes it off to number 12, and he's off the mark here. Tatum comes away with it, and he decided to go all the way, but no whistle, nothing called there. And then something called on the other end. So Central now takes a 2-point lead, 62-60. And called for that foul is Jermail Young. And at the line is number 12, Judd Wagner. Wagner off the mark, and Hamilton gets the rebound. He dishes it off to Tatum. Tatum over to Young now. Young driving in. Jermail Young gets that one blocked, but draws the foul. And Young is down. Think he's just shooken up a little bit. He's up on his own. Little assistance there from Hamilton. So Jermail Young headed to the line here. He's already got 15 on the night. Chance to tie things up here. Jermail knocks down the first one. And gets the second one to roll in. So tie ball game with 3:47 left, 62 all. Tigers continuing this press, making Champaign Central work for it. They get the ball across half court. And Roosevelt knocking over Sanders there. Roosevelt driving inside. He goes all the way and can't get the layup to go. Young comes away with the rebound after getting it from Hamilton. Here's Young dishing outside to Sanders. Sanders gets the three and off the mark. They're battling for the rebound there. See who comes up with it. You got Tigers on the floor. You got Central on the floor. And it looks like Tiger basketball. So the Tigers had to use a timeout there to retain possession of that ball. So they have just one timeout left. We'll want to watch that with 3:16 remaining here in the fourth. Champaign Central has 3 timeouts left. Knotted up at 62 apiece with 3:16 left to play. Jason Liggett here with you with Cleo McGee and Brianna Jones. We appreciate you tuning in on the Tigers Media Network. So Chris Cross set to inbound this one for Urbana. Cross up top, kicks it over to Jermail Young. Jermail Young with a big smile on his face as they're loving this game. Sanders, 3, no good. Fighting for the rebound, Hamilton. He goes running out, but out of bounds on Central. So going to be Urbana basketball here. And Coach Jeff Finke not happy on the sidelines for Champaign Central. And neither's the Champaign Central fan base, apparently. So Urbana basketball here, 2:51 left to play. Big 3 there from Tatum, off the mark. Champaign Central gets the rebound. That's Reese Jacobson. Jacobson gets it ripped away from Cross. And out of bounds there on Chris Cross. Very good effort on his part. Urbana is thirsty for the W here tonight. Going to be Champaign Central basketball. And taking this one out for the Maroons is Nate Allen. Allen, the junior forward for Champaign Central. He's looking for someone open. He can't find anyone yet. Tosses it up to Terry, and getting that one, intercepting that is Chris Cross. He gets it over to Young. Young to Sanders for three. Corner. Off the mark again. So we remain tied at 62. 2:29, and we got a whistle there. And I think they're going to call that on Sanders. That's going to mean 2 shots. They do call that on Deshaun, and Khalil Terry headed to the line for 2 as the Tigers have 10 fouls on the night, and both teams are in the double bonus here. And Terry, not a good free throw shooter. He misses the first one. That one rattled around and ultimately went out. Terry misses the second one. Cross tracks down the rebound and gets it over to Young. Jamel Young back to Chris Cross, finds Tatum in the corner. Tatum driving baseline and banks it in. Some good quality points there for Bryson Tatum. He's got 16 on the night. Oh, and that was a wide open lane to the basket, and luckily for the Tigers, Reese Jacobson did not take advantage of that. They kick it back out to Khalil Terry as the Tigers are up by 2, 64-62, 1:51 remaining. Punke for 3, off the mark. Jamel Young chases down the rebound. Young pulls up, 3. Oh my goodness, ripping down that rebound is Sanders. And getting the other rebound after a Sanders miss is Chris Cross. And the Tigers want that ball. They want this game. They're up by 2. And that foul's going to be called on Reese Jacobson of the Champaign Central Maroons. Headed to the line is senior Chris Cross for the Urbana Tigers. And going to be a timeout called here for the Champaign Central Maroons. So when we come back after this timeout, Chris Cross has a chance to give the Tigers a 4-point lead as he's got a couple coming up at the line. Minute 34 remaining. How do you see the rest of this game playing out, Cleo?
He gonna make them shots.
He's gonna make them shots. You're calling it. Call it into Vegas. Those are the odds. Bet the house. Leo says that Chris Cross is gonna come up big here for the Tigers. And they've been coming up big all night. Chris Cross has got 16, Tatum's got 16. Jermail Young, what a game. I tell you what, you expect those point totals every game from Tatum and Cross because they usually get them. Jermail Young is a heck of a ball player and gets those points from time to time, but he has had just an all-out game here tonight on the defensive side of things and the hustle plays. Cross misses the first one there. Cleo just lost her house. I hope not. And gets the second one, but lane violation called there on Tatum. So that second basket, even though he made it, does not count as Tatum entered the lane early. So Tigers still up by 2 with a minute 34 remaining. And more full court pressure here from Urbana. Central has not handled this great. They do get the ball across this time, though. Handling the ball is number 24, Roosevelt. Roosevelt tried to do a reverse layup there and hits the bottom of the rim and comes right back on him. So the Tigers with a minute 10 left, 64-62. This is, if you're the Tigers, I think you want to slow this down. There's no rush on your part. Don't turn the ball over. They get it to Tatum. Tatum dribbles back. I say make him foul ya. We'll see what Coach V wants to do here. Urbana's looking to move. Here comes Tatum. Gets it over to Young. Young finds the open man, and Sanders. Here comes Tatum all the way to the hoop. He gets it to go. The Tigers up by 4, 66-62, 40 seconds left. The crowd comes to their feet. Things are starting to feel good here in Urbana. We'll see if Central can answer back. Terry pulls up 3, and he's got it. I don't know if Terry's hit a 3 all night, but he hit one there, and he's got 16. So just as it looked like Urbana was going to get it, Khalil Terry and the Champaign Central Maroons answer right back. So a 1-point game. It's going to be Urbana basketball with 30 seconds left. We certainly appreciate you hanging out with us here on Friday night on the Tigers Media Network. We're streaming live on Facebook at Urbana Public TV. Game will be made available later on Urbana Public Television's YouTube channel, youtube.com/UPTV6, and it'll be showing on Urbana Public Television. You can watch Urbana Public Television on Comcast Xfinity's channel 6 and 1096, AT&T UVerse channel 99, and i3 Broadband channel 6. We'll be back with you tomorrow right here at Judge Green Court. The girls in action at 2:30 against Bloomington. Myself and Natasha Williams will have the call. Cross gets that inbounds to Tatum, and Tatum tosses it over to Sanders, and Sanders over to Young. So just what the Tigers wanted here, and a foul called there on Price Punke, and that's going to send Young to the line. Well, these are some big foul shots coming up right here for Young. The Tigers up by just 1 with 24 seconds left. Essentially, right after this, the last play of the game, the last possession of the game for Champaign Central. Young comes up big. He knocks down the first one. Nothing but net on the second one as well. Jermail Young's got 19, 22 seconds left. Tigers by 3. It all comes down to this. Tigers setting up their defense. Central trying to run their offense. They need 3. They've got the ball in Punke's hands. He gets a tough shot off, misses it. Tigers rip down the rebound and called for the foul. Jumping up to get that rebound is Deshaun Sanders, and he's had a good night. He's got 8 points. He's made some hustles. And Chris Cross telling this fans to get to their feet and witness this Tiger victory. Tigers up by 3, 4.4 seconds left here at Oscar Adams Gymnasium. And some big shots here for Deshaun Sanders. The rest of the Tigers back. In and out on that one. So the Tigers up by 3. If they're able to sink this one, it will be huge. If you get up by 4, all the pressure's off. Gets it to rattle in. The Tigers up by 4. And I don't think Champaign Central is going to have anything to run here, but we'll see if they do. They roll it into Terry. Terry tosses up a quick 3 and off of it. And that's it. Final play of the game. The Tigers win. The Tigers win 69-65. A crosstown rivalry game for the ages. And Cleo, what did you like about those final seconds in the final quarter right here tonight?
He just made that. Oh my God, it's over.
And there you go.
It was so close though.
Very close, back and forth action, so many lead changes, so many ties here tonight, and the Tigers able to come up big down the stretch. So Urbana wins this one 69-65. They get the win over crosstown rival Champaign Central here at Oscar Adams Gymnasium. For Brianna Jones and Cleo McGee, Urbana High School seniors, I'm Jason Liggett. Thanks so much for tuning in on the Tigers Media Network. We'll see you next time. It's a Tigers victory, 69-65.